Did you know a World Cup qualifier once helped ignite a real war? In 1969, El Salvador and Honduras met in a three-game playoff for a place at the 1970 World Cup. On paper, it was just football. Off the field, pressure had been building for years: land disputes, a stalled reform in Honduras, and anger towards Salvadoran migrants who had crossed the border to work the fields. Newspapers fanned the flames. Politicians listened. The first leg in Tegucigalpa finished 1-0 to Honduras, but the night told a different story. Teams kept awake by mobs, stones at hotel windows, fear digging in. A week later in San Salvador, El Salvador won 3-0, and the rage swung the other way: flags burned, cars overturned, supporters hunted through the streets. Diplomatic ties snapped. The qualifier was no longer just a game. If you want more gripping football history told like this, like the video and subscribe right now. The decider was moved to neutral ground, Mexico City. El Salvador won 3-2 after extra time. On the scoreboard, a triumph. In the air, something darker. Border villages were already bracing. Less than a month later, Salvadoran forces crossed the frontier. Honduran planes struck back. For roughly 100 hours, the region burned, towns bombed, roads cut, families fleeing by the tens of thousands. When a ceasefire finally held, the war ended, but the wounds did not. Thousands were dead, hundreds of thousands displaced, and the two nations remained locked in a cold hostility that lasted for years. The rivalry had become a fault line. Here's the truth beneath the headline: football didn't cause the war, but it lit the fuse that years of politics, poverty, and prejudice had laid down. A qualifier turned into a catalyst, and a game became a warning. The football war reminds us that when pressure builds off the pitch, 90 minutes can change far more than a scoreline.